Judging by these last two pieces we're exploring on part of our free track survey journey through A Pirate's Symphony, it seems that my ambition and band recommendation fall right in line with one another, and I'm sure you could determine that credit chiefly to Ben Metzner's involvement. Some of you might recognize that name as not only a familiarity in European metal, certainly of a German folk variety, but of key attributions here and quite common appearances to the credit of D'Artagnan and Feuerschwangs, two favorites of mine, of which Feuerschwangs, he's known as Hody there, but Ben is a very gifted musician, certainly on the flute extreme, and I forget if there was a bagpipe involvement here. That's mostly how I recognize him, especially off of Feuerschwangs. But, well, I mean, speaking of the flute, C'est la vie was a great work. Again, I highly recommend D'Artagnan and Feuerschwangs if you've not explored them before. But you might be looking at Visions of Atlantis with initiate sailor eyes, as we're known in terms of being fans. Though many of you I know advance me, and of course, I want to keep this an open welcome at entrance to anybody. Though I would recommend in wading into In My World, considering we're looking at the brilliance of Pirates as an original album, retold through a certain instrumental stripping to create more of a symphonic heightening experience. To give Pirates a bit of a different appearance and facelift. It was certainly interesting to enter the graces of this album's voice through Melancholy Angel. Definitely comes across differently and still the same faithful construction, but a really interesting encounter that makes you respect the work even more, again, on the strings presence. We're taking a look at instrumental scoring here, but you're really getting to see, again, the prowess of Visions of Atlantis, which I was introduced to months ago, and I've not readily forgotten about at all, told with extreme delicacy. Again, on the symphonic metal regard, that's an immediate attract, and what pulled me in immediately with Visions of Atlantis is a fast-tracked possibility alongside many recommendations in my comment sections. And again, for anybody approaching on initiate eyes, Austrian-based symphonic power and melodic metal influence here on voice. Really powerful stuff too, and captivating numbers. Again, Pirates, probably one of my favorite albums of the last year in our surveys together. Pirates was an incredible experience, and this revised edition is equally capable. Again, same numbers, same constructions, just explored differently. With same traits, just a stripping that permits certain score agents to be recognized more principally. And I think it's deserved when considering symphonic metal and the strings' prowess of the orchestral environment within Visions of Atlantis' numbers. In My World had a great voice on original condition. I would recommend if you're walking into this piece uninformed on the original tune, you humor that first and then return, so you can do the comparison for yourself. I quite like the original condition myself on first exploration and many subsequent re-listens since. Let's explore this one together again. And here, more pronounced, in fact. I believe Ben's involved with 3 numbers specifically on the voice of Visions of Atlantis, maybe more, I forget exactly. I know what was credited were Master the Hurricane, I love that one, and then these last 2 pieces were human with respect to In My World and Heal the Scars. But it'll be nice to hear his involvement again. It definitely pronounced again with the flute on this one, especially as you wade in, just on memory. I think you'll like it if you've not explored it before. This will also compel you to be an incoming sailor. With more developments in store for the future, I cannot wait for more experiences with this group. I love highlighting their work. Thank you to everybody again that gave me the recommendation of them. I've not forgotten about any opportunities with exploring their work alongside all of you since. Yeah, the flute work is definitely pronounced. Again, it begins similarly, though, because the vocals and the percussion entered later. You really hear the specified strings influence on this. It's really nice. Even pace, I love violin work. Paired with vocals, it's fine, but you really hear how it's stressed and recognized in this rendition. Carries over that orchestral ambiance that I want with symphonic metal and I readily get. These sessions really linger too. A lot of the percussion work is driving the momentum on this pre-chorus area. I don't think I noticed the light tambourine before. I think that's what it is. Flood of Q on this one. I love it though. Good reach to it. strings mimicry of the flute pattern. Again, a good balance on voice. Perfect voice to this one, really. I love how it develops on strings, specifically. One of the softer numbers on the territory of Pirates, but it evolves well. I mean, it's soft, it's got an aggressive throttle to it, but it generally is... I mean, part of it, too, is the happier mood of it. It's less dark than some of the other numbers, but equally glowing. I can't believe I didn't notice that tambourine before. Again, stripping away the vocals and the percussion as great as they are, it helps. You really see the subtleties of this one. Or really any Visions of Atlantis numbers. There's some light percussion work, but again, it's involved more so with the symphonic cue. It's not as pronounced. Such a grandiose feel to it. Again, I love that reach with symphonic metal. I remember the vocal pattern too to these lines. Navigated well with the strings. How subtle too the choir intrusion is. It's really light. Europe truly does amaze me again with symphonic metal prowess. You get music that just sounds it's perfect balance between modern voice with the metal consideration, plus a real classical ambiance, and this one just truly delivers for me. Any Visions of Atlantis experience does. Sweeping scores, but just memorable encounters, right? Truly an epic number. Any piece, again, on Pirates has that vision... Inevitable choice of words. It just has that level of precision to it, doesn't it? As I've said, any of these pieces, if you were to pair them to another type of pirate facet in the visual art space, it would totally make sense. It comes across me with the prowess of any other type of symphonic orchestral score that you would see in a top-tier movie. Same aptitude of development, same type of voice, really well-characterized numbers, and perfectly immersive on experience, and to again experience Visions of Atlantis from a much deeper level, right? Not just with the presence on the vocals and the more pronounced instruments, but the strings, specifically any strings or maybe a light percussion work, choir involvement, the flute. Ben Messner's work is always really nice, beautifully echoed, by the way, with the strings orchestra. A beauty of a tonal experience. Again, some shifts on pirate mainstays with respect to, let's say, for example, our entrance number with this revised form, the Melancholy Angel piece, a little darker there. Master of the Hurricane, same. This one comes across as much lighter, atmospheric, happy, positive, and the strings really emphasize that. And on Origin Facet, the quick... Man, violin work always gets me. just how piercing that is. And again, the quick successive staccato hits, but still such an even flood. I love it. The pairing, again, that I see oftentimes within the European metal market, specifically the balancing between modern and classical sides, I love that extreme, a natural interplay, and Visions of Atlantis perfectly masters it alongside many of our symphonic metal talents, but I really see it here. Again, key expression, stripping away some of the other agents to allow the strings work to really shine, and the flute work too. It's great. And for In My World, I didn't even notice that light tambourine, for example. You really get to examine this number at a much deeper perspective. It's nice to give it the respect it deserves and that credit. The original voice is perfect. This new shade, though, is quite nice. Equally capable. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below in terms of your response to this piece, however you feel about it. Music is very much a subjective experience, so feel free to chime in on the discussion and your point of approach if you wish to declare it. Feel free to share it. I quite like it. Any return to Visions of Atlantis, of course, is full of promise. With one more encounter to go, at least again, present standing with an open door for future developments I award to any artist, and Visions of Atlantis certainly no exception to that. That will be with Heal the Scars. I can't wait to explore that one with you, which is, admittedly, when you consider Heal the Scars, it's even softer than this, but I'm sure it will be of equal glamour with the symphonic metal credit and the strings pronouncement. It was quite good on a first encounter like this one was. But to hear it in the strings voice, dramatically, it's a great experience. Thank you so much for watching this video. Before you bounce, feel free to drop a like and comment, subscribe to this channel with a ding on the bell, and share this video with your friends. And consider checking out the description here. There you'll find links to my other channels, as well as addresses to my other social media accounts and ways you can help support my work if you feel so inclined. May God bless you, and looking forward to when our paths cross again.